What is happening? How are we all doing today? It's Thursday. It's time to do this thing. I know I got a graphic up. It's bothering me. I got a graphic up now that says starting soon. I know I've been promising an intro for like years and I just can never get around to it. Every time I forget and then, I get to the show and I go, oh shit, I don't have an intro yet. It's coming. I guess. I don't know. It'll get here when it gets here. But for now, I got a little graphic that says starting soon. So, whatever. Today, we have, well, first, Saturday. I have a special show coming up. Special Saturday. I only call it special because it's a special Saturday show, kind of like last week. I'm doing overseas guest. So he's in the UK, Rob Wild from Midnight City. You've heard of Midnight City. Midnight City kicks ass. They're so good. If you've not heard of Midnight City, you need to hear Midnight City. I mean, they got a new album out. It's called In at the Deep End. It is so freaking good, just like all of their albums. I think this is their fourth. 10 a.m. Eastern time. So get up, start drinking at 10 a.m. Great. You can't drink all day if you don't start at 10 a.m., right? I'm just saying. So coffee, donuts, beer, liquor, Red Bull, whatever. Bring your ass to the show. 10 a.m. That'll be 3 p.m. UK time. So that should be fun. Midnight City. Be here. Check it out. All right. Now, we had this guest on. We've had her on a couple times. We had her on when I did a photographer's roundtable because she does photography and she's very good at it. We had her on when I did a Monsters of Rock thing. Just a little Monsters of Rock recap. The unofficial Monsters of Rock recap. Kind of like a month ago. Yeah. Had her on. Didn't get to talk to her as much as I wanted to because she's got so much going on. I mean, I wanted to dive into stuff, but then you have other guests there and you don't want to just focus on one person. You just want to let everybody talk. But I figured, you know what? We're going to get her back on and have her. Thank you, honey. The wife. We're going to have her back on and get to really talk to her because she's got so much going on. If you don't know Shannon Wilk, you need to know Shannon Wilk. Let's just bring her on. I think she's ready. You ready? You ready? You ready? Here. Shannon Wilk. What's happening? She laughs a lot. She smiles. She's happy all the time. I mean, she's a great person. I mean, we were trying to figure out off camera what was the first time we met, and I'm like, it's either M3 or like she said a Brad show or Morgue, but I just feel like she's been around all the time. I mean, any concert I've been to, Shannon's there. I mean, anytime she's in the pit photographing, not photography. So, but you're always there. You're always around. You've got so much going on, and we're gonna get to it. We're gonna talk about everything. I think. I hope.
We'll try. We'll try our best.
Try. Like I said in the post, I think you may have joined another band since I posted it. So there might be news tonight. Who knows? I don't know.
See.
We'll see. So tell me a little bit about when you're okay. First off, like when can you remember the first memory of when you started to get into music and be like this? I want to immerse myself into this. I want to do everything because you dabble in everything, but you're really good at everything too. So it's like, when did you realize that, you know what, this is something I want to, channel my life to?
Yeah, so I guess there were like two kind of pivotal points. There was like the first point where I like really got into rock music on my own. Like I grew up listening to like all the 80s bands. Like my parents played like Tesla and Ozzy and Metallica, like all that stuff growing up. But I really got into it on my own. I had like three bands, Aerosmith, Guns N' Roses, and Motley Crue when I was like 9 years old, where that was my shit for a while.
There you go.
And then after, my parents ended up booking the Monsters of Rock cruise when I was 11. So that was my first year I went on. and that kind of just like threw me off the deep end into the rock scene.
Now, what year
And
was
so,
that?
2018.
That was my first one too. Okay,
That's probably it. That's probably where we met.
probably.
But yeah, so that kind of, I always like credit the Monsters Rock cruise for like everything for me. Because like if I didn't go on that first cruise that I went on, I would not have like continued playing music like at the level that I do now. I wouldn't have gotten into interviewing bands. I wouldn't have started photographing bands or like anything like that. I really wouldn't have gotten into it if it wasn't for kind of just getting thrown into it all at once. Because I had never been to a concert before that either. So like that was my first like 30 shows in like 5 days. Yeah.
Dude, that was you just killed my question. My best, maybe not. It's probably not going to kill that question because you might have another one. But that is okay. So that was your first, exposure to live music, concerts. Wow, what a way to go! I mean, wow.
Yeah, it was, and the first show I saw on that cruise was Bisto Blanco, so that was a lot for 11-year-old me.
Wow.
Yeah, so that was my introduction, which was insane.
That would be, dude. That's hard to. That's you. Oh my God! How do you even, go on from this? I mean, it's like, the Monsters Rock Cruise is epic in so many levels as it is.
Mm-hmm.
And then how does Eddie's? All shows are great, but it's like trying to. Okay, now I got to get back to the Monsters Rock Cruise. That's my thing.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, for the first like 2 years or so that I started like going to shows and stuff, I pretty much only did the cruise, and I did like a couple like shows here and there between it. But yeah, I think my parents mostly got bit by the bug because obviously there's the ones that pay for it. So they got bit by the bug after that first year, and that's how we started going every year after that. But it's definitely like one of the most, if not the most, like unique experience in the rock scene now. It's the coolest thing.
It is the coolest thing. Now, there's a lot of people saying hello. And
hi, people.
Hi, people. Okay. You're all
it's good there's people here.
Yes. There's quite a few people here. But, all right. Just so everybody knows, there is, when you log in, there's a little box you check. And it says, allow StreamYard to use my name. It's not trying to send you junk email or steal your credit card info. It is so that your name comes up as your name and not Facebook user. But luckily for me, I'm over here and I can see that we have Cheryl Hutchinson, Alicia F, Steve Presta, Jim F, Lila Delaney, Jody Adams, April Wilk is in the house. Mommy's watching. Be good. But if you want to,
that's like all my cruise family.
Right, it is, and they're not even all here yet, and it's like
I know.
Right, here's that's Steve Presta right there. But if y'all want to log out and then log back in, then I get your names. But if not, if you want to remain incognito and whatever, go right ahead. But okay, so you mentioned that, if not for the Monsters of Rock cruise, you wouldn't be, where you are. That was it is a great networking, contact kind of thing. It is one of them, it's perfect for it.
Mm-hmm.
And perfect for you as somebody who's coming up 11 years old.
Yeah.
I didn't realize you were that young then. Oh my God.
Yeah, that's when I started doing interviews too. I had just turned 12, and yeah, so I wouldn't like my first interviews were all like people I met on the cruise my first year.
I mean,
so like one of my first interviews I did like Britt Lightning. I met her on the cruise, and so that's like how I got to do that. And I interviewed like Patrick Kennison, who plays guitar for Lita Ford, who I met on the cruise, and all the Paradise Kitty girls. Like those were like my first interviews. So that's like how I got started, was literally from people I met on the cruise.
Wow. Just listed a lot of people that don't even return my emails.
Well, the being a kid thing helped a little bit for sure.
I'm almost sure of it, and I get it, and I love that fact. I mean, a guy like me, what do you got to have? A guy like me, He's done it all, been there, whatever. Helping someone like you, a young kid, and helping you get that appetite, get that, you have a taste for it, they're feeding, they're going, okay, yeah, sure, I'll help that, and they're doing interviews to keep you on the right path. And I
Yeah.
get that. And there's no animosity. I care less. As long as you're going and, I can watch through you and I can go, oh, wow, she's doing so great. I mean, and it's so fun. I mean, it's like I think somebody said in here, it's like watching you grow up. And
Yeah, I mean that's like literally what people say to me on the cruise all the time. Like people who don't really follow what I do that much, but like they've seen me on the cruise for like all these years now. They're like, "Whoa, you're like not a little kid anymore."
no, I mean, I saw you this past year and I was like, damn. I mean, what'd you do? Grow in like a year? And I was like, wait a
Yeah.
minute. You're running around, you're like, and you used to be kind of shy a little bit.
Oh
And
yeah, the cruise definitely helped me break out of my shell too.
right. And now you're just running around like I vividly remember you running up to me going, "Oh my god, I gotta go play with Chez Kane, and oh my god, I just got this, I gotta go learn this, so I'll see you later, goodbye." And you're gone.
Yeah. That's how I am the whole cruise though. Like
I
regardless of
know.
what's going on, I'm all over the place.
Right. And you have to be. You have to be constantly moving, constantly. Sometimes if you stay in one place, you'll meet a lot more people, but I just cannot seem to do that myself.
No, I
I
can't sit still.
You got to be everywhere. You got to be at this show, that show, and you're one of them people that I see the most on the cruise, and even like
Because again, I
M3,
don't sit still.
right? And you can't. You just can't. Oh, there's Pat from Sick Vicky.
Nice.
Yes.
That was a-
But okay. So first of all, you got into photography, or was it the interviews first? Because
well, so I started doing interviews like 2 or 3 months before I started doing photography. But like to me, it was kind of a natural thing because most people like do both. And also, my
right.
dad started doing. Well, he went to college for photography, but he got back into it like after the cruise. So we kind of got into it again together and started
Okay.
shooting shows together. So that's kind of how that started. And again, my thanks to my connections on the cruise, the first show I shot was Vixen. Me and my dad shot it together.
Nice.
So that really helped me get a start for sure. And like at the time, I always knew I didn't really want to be a journalist. That was never what I wanted to do. But like my dad brags about this a lot. When I was 11, I was really shit at music because I had just started playing
Right.
guitar and stuff. So my dad brags that I always said that I wanted to do interviews so I could network and connect with musicians. So when I was good enough at music, I would already have a network built, and it would like help me with my music career. And it's kind of cool now. Like I'm like 5 or 6 years later now, and I'm like seeing how all these connections like are working for my music career now, which is it's really cool. 11-year-old me knew what she was talking about, I guess.
Right. And your dad, and that's got to be a great thing. You and your dad sharing this journey together. I mean, you're really,
Yeah.
I see you both in the pits. I see you both, talking all the time. And he's really, I mean, your parents really are your biggest fans. I mean,
Oh yeah.
I love them both to death, Jody and April, just absolute wonderful people, and that's got to be the coolest thing. You and your dad get to hang out, share this love of music. I know that makes him proud as hell. That his love of photography. You basically got him back into it while he was trying to get you into it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's awesome.
Exactly. It's been really cool. And also like something I've been noticing a lot recently is like because we're applying for a lot of the same shows, publicists will notice the same last name and they'll ask like if we're related, and then they'll like I've had a bunch of people think they're like it's so cool that like you guys do this together. So it's like really cool like seeing other people notice it too.
Right.
I mean like I think my dad loves it too because like certain shows where like our bucket list artists for me like we just photographed Youngblood, which is not like really in the genre, but he's been a bucket list shoot for me for a while, so we finally got to do that. And I was like all jumping up and down the pit before it started, like so excited because I get super giddy like when I'm doing stuff
Right.
like that. And my dad just like looks at me and smiles, and he just loves it so much. So it's really cool.
That is a cool thing. I'm a dad. I have a daughter, and things that we can do together would be great. But she does her own thing, and it's like she'll stop over the house, needs money. I guess okay, here you go. That's my way of being there for her. I guess I don't know.
I mean, parents are good for that too.
They're great for that, aren't they? I mean, sometimes we gotta have a second job just to afford you girls. I mean, it's we wouldn't have it any other way. That's what I have to say, right? We wouldn't have it any other way.
Yeah.
But it really is cool watching you and your dad and your mom. I mean, she's right there with you all, as the Wilk fit. Yes, I could. Whoever this is, I could absolutely attest to that. Still doing the Facebook users out there. I see. Nobody knows how to follow directions anymore. I'm only kidding. Don't get mad at me. I'm only kidding. You can do what you want. We'll find out who you are. I'll call you out right now. I'll see who it is. The Wilk family rocks. Jim F. I can't say your last name, dude. I'm sorry. I don't want to murder it, so I'm just
I don't
saying.
know how to say it either. I feel bad.
Right. I don't know how to say it. But it's kind of like my last name, Badaracco. Most people murder it, and I don't give a shit. So the interviews, the connection, other crews led you to do the interview. That led you to doing the photography. Now, when did the bass come into? Okay, instruments you play. We all know you play the bass. Obviously, you play a guitar too, because most bass players play guitar and play bass. So when did that start? When did you pick up the bass and say, okay, I'm going to start taking this seriously?
Well, I started playing guitar a little before my first cruise. Like, I saved up the money to like buy the cheapest guitar I could find on eBay. And so like I got like this horrible, like not even a brand like guitar from eBay.
Right.
I still have it.
But,
hey,
you got to start somewhere.
Exactly. So I learned like just like smoke on the water and stuff like that. And
no way. Smoke on the water.
I quit after like an hour because I got frustrated with it. And so then my dad ended up, like I said, I grew up listening to Tesla. My dad ended up signing me up for the Dave Rude Guitar Clinic on that year's cruise. And so that kind of motivated me to start trying to learn how to play again. So then I learned like my first chords with him. And so that was really cool.
So your dad plays?
No.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, no. I did not know this.
No, but he just signed me up for that because like he knew I wanted to play and stuff. And so like I learned my first chords. I took lessons with Dave for a really long time, up until like a year ago. But so I played guitar for a while, and then I actually switched to bass because I wanted to play bass after seeing Mark Schenker from Kicks play Cold Shower.
Nice.
I saw Kicks for the first time and saw him playing Cold Shower, and I was like, I want to do that.
Right. Exactly. And that's how it starts for a lot of people. They look up and they say, I want to do that. I want to be. That's what I want to be.
Yeah. So that was on my second cruise, I think, that happened. But so then like a few months went by and I like saved up money to buy a bass and stuff. But I was kind of focusing on playing guitar more. I kind of just bought bass for fun. But then Jimmy Bell, who's a guitar player for Autograph and House of Lords and like a laundry list of bands.
Oh my God.
He lives around me, and so like I see him a lot in the local scene. And so he was like, I sat in with one of his like tribute bands, and that was the first time I ever played bass on stage. He was like, you need to do this. You need to play bass. This is what you're meant to do. And so that kind of pushed me in the direction of playing bass a little more. So I started doing that as my main focus. I still play guitar every now and then, but bass is kind of my passion, I guess. And that's where I put all my time into.
And you look so good with it. I mean, that big old bass, and Shannon just like, I got this. And I mean, you got picture. I got pictures. I don't know if they're on here, but I mean, you just rocking that thing. You're a petite girl. You're just killing it with. Where is it? I got pictures. I know I do. What's this one? I should put the old man glasses on. But, I mean, here's you and Shez Kane. I mean, come on.
I noticed I like to yell a lot on stage. I'm not really sure what that is.
You're just in the moment, man. Look at
And there's
that.
me yelling again.
Yeah, you're just killing it with that big old bass. Just
Yep.
it ain't gonna take you. You're taking it. I mean,
Mhm.
and Shez there. She's saying, "I cannot believe I'm on stage with Shannon." That's exactly what she's saying.
She's the coolest.
She really is. She is an absolute doll, sweetheart, love her to death.
Mhm.
And she did the same thing. Um, a couple hours before I saw you, and you were or maybe an hour before I saw you, I saw Shez, and she was on the Dominican island, and she's walking up, she comes running up, she's like, I gotta learn Lita Ford, I gotta go play on stage for Rare Hair, I'm just
Yeah.
gonna hang out here, but I gotta leave. And she's gone. An hour later, I see you, and you're like, oh my God, I gotta go do Rare Hair. And I'm like, that's Shez, and then you're like, Shez Kane, and I'm like, this is, it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
So you two
Do
are
you
kind
want
of
to
like
do you
the
want to
same.
get into that? Do you want me to talk about that?
Sure.
Okay. Yeah. So that was insane. So I had like my bass to play the Cruiser Jam, like I started doing a couple of years ago, um, which is the coolest thing that Izzy Presley puts together. That's
Yes.
really special too. But yeah, so I had my bass for that, and I get a text from Tyson. So this is for context. Like I've asked Tyson to play Rare Hair a few times. Just if you have slots that you need to fill, like whatever, I'll play whatever. Because one of my philosophies that I go by is don't say no for them, let them say no to you, aka shoot your shot.
Right.
Because a lot of people won't ask to do stuff because they're like, oh, they're just gonna say no, so they don't bother. It's like, no, just ask. Let them be the one to say no.
Right. Sometimes they say yes.
Exactly.
Sometimes.
So that's gotten me a lot of opportunities. But so yeah, every time I'm going to an event where Tyson's doing a Rare Hair, I'll be like, if you have any slots that you need filled, let me know. So
Right.
this was the time where where he needed a slot, I guess. But yeah, so I got a text from him. I was about to watch Extreme play on the pool stage, and I get a text from him saying,
Yep.
do you know Kiss Me Deadly and do you have your bass? And immediately in my head, I'm like, well, that song can't be that hard on bass. I'm like, can I pull it off in like 3 hours from now? I was like, I can do it. I was like, I'm not going to pass up this opportunity.
No.
So I text him back, and I'm like, yeah, of course. So I go learn. He's like, here's who you're playing with. And I see I'm playing with Will Hunt. And I'm like, Will Hunt's one of my favorite drummers.
Yeah.
So he's like obviously in Evanescence and plays with Slaughter and Stephen Pearcy and again, a laundry list of bands. But he's like ridiculously good. So I saw I was playing with him, and I'm like, oh shit, I gotta get it together.
I really got to get it together now.
Yeah. So like I book it to my room and I learn the song real quick. And yeah, so it was really cool. I've always gone to Rare Hair on the cruise just because it's really cool. It's one of the like unique things. Right. Like you're never gonna see this anywhere else.
No.
No. So yeah, I've always attended it and stuff, and it's always in a tiny venue. But this year they put it in the theater, which made it even cooler. And it was packed too.
It was packed,
so, especially for like a midnight slot. It was very cool.
Yeah,
but
it was freaking awesome. I'm happy for you. That's great.
It was the coolest thing. So like getting to the venue and stuff, I helped Tyson load in all his gear and whatnot, and like me and Shez were just like backstage, like freaking the fuck out. We were both equally terrified.
Not Shez. I mean, she is always like, "Oh my god!" And she's like you. She laughs and giggles, and she's
That's
so
true. We are
genuine.
very similar.
You guys are so genuine in. You're not trying to portray yourself as somebody else, and you are who you are, and that's what attracts people to you and Shez. I mean, you guys are. And when I heard you both were going to be on the same stage, I was like, "That's magic there."
Yeah, it was so cool. But yeah, we were both freaking out. Mostly, I was freaking out because one, I didn't want to disappoint Tyson,
right?
But also, I got there and she was like showing me the list of like the songs for the night, and under each it said like who was playing, and I saw David Ellefson was playing the song before me, and I'm like, no pressure as a bass player there, none at all, that I have to play after one of the best bass players in the world. So yeah, I was freaking out a little bit about that, Plus, like, the backstage there is basically a hallway. Oh, there you go. There's a funny story behind that one too.
Okay, we'll get to that.
Yeah. So like the backstage there, like they had open was just like a hallway. So like we're all like crammed in this hallway, and I'm just like looking at all these people that I like grew up listening to around me. It was very crazy, and I was just like talking to people, and Jeff Scott Soto was like in the group of people I was talking to, and he goes, "Hi, nice to meet you. I'm Jeff." And I'm like, "What is my life right now?"
Right?
It was. I don't fangirl really, but like I don't know. Like I know they're people and stuff, but like to be, like surrounded by that and
Right.
like I'm just one of them in that, situation, it's really cool.
Right.
So,
Right.
but yeah, that it went really well. And obviously like me talking about like my story and how like the cruise has affected me and like gotten me into everything and stuff, it was the most full circle moment I could ask for. Was getting to play like the biggest venue on the boat. Like, and this is
Right.
5 years after my first time going on.
Right.
So to like go from just being a little kid, like getting into rock music, to then like actually play, it was like, it was so insane.
Soon, you got plans to captain the boat this year? I'm just wondering.
That's the next step.
That's
Maybe give
the
it a few
next
years.
step. I mean, good Lord, it's just, and it is crazy now. So you've only really been playing. That was one of my questions to answer. You've really only been playing for a few years.
Yeah, I've been playing guitar. I started like 6 years ago. Bass
Okay.
I've only been playing for about 4 years. I was just doing the math of that earlier. It's been about 4 years I've been playing bass.
Now,
Yeah.
did you self-teach basically self-taught, or do a lot of lessons?
So I started when I played guitar. I took lessons from Dave Rude from Tesla,
Right.
like I said.
Yep.
Bass. My first bass teacher was Dean, who plays bass for Neil Strauss. So I took lessons from him for a while, and now, now I basically call him my life coach at this point because he's like my mentor for like all things music and stuff. Brandon Cook from Black and Blue, he's my bass teacher.
He is an amazing
Been
guy.
my
I
bass
love that
teacher
guy.
for a while. But yeah, he's like a really great mentor to me, and so I'm really glad that I've had such great teachers. Like, I couldn't have done this on my own for sure.
Now, tell me, okay, because you've met quite a few. Now,
Yeah.
artists that have inspired, or okay, uh, yeah, artists that have inspired you. Who
Oh boy.
who has kind of led you, inspired you, helped you along your way? Just some of them.
Yeah.
Because I know some of them, and I'm like, wow.
Yeah. No, it's pretty wild. So like a lot of my favorite bass players, I have become really good like friends and mentors to me. One being Rob DeLuca from Spread Eagle and
Great
UFO
guy.
and Smash Rock. He's one of my favorite bass players ever.
He's a great guy.
And yeah, he's given me like all the advice I could ask for. Like he's just the sweetest. So like I opened for Spread Eagle, and he was like, "Come get the whole band to sign your cassette for you."
Nice.
So yeah, he's just really sweet. So yeah, definitely him. He's one of the bigger ones. Ash, the bass player for Vane, he's been amazing to me too. I finally got to meet him on the cruise this year, which is crazy because I've known the whole band for a while. But yeah, so definitely him. I don't know. It's really cool. Like, there's a lot of people that have influenced me in the last 5 years. It's hard to remember them all. Right. Someone that's really cool, Jeremy Asbrock, who plays guitar for Ace Frehley. He's amazing. Yeah, he's ridiculously good, and he's just like such a sweet, genuine person too.
And you start out, and I relate to this, because my life started out, rock and roll journey started, we'll go 45 years ago. I mean, okay, it's not 6, but it's like 45. And it's like, being on the cruise and being, and, interviewing and reaching out and then building relationships with these guys and girls, it's like every now and then you gotta like pinch yourself and say,
Oh yeah.
am I, did this guy just text me something? Hey, call me.
Yeah.
And you've got to be feeling that. And it's such a young age.
Hmm.
This is just beginning for you.
Yeah. It's
And
yeah. That's me 24/7.
right. And it's like, wow. I
Yeah,
love
I definitely had one of those moments big time this weekend. I got to actually meet, like, I've known Jeremy Asbrock for a while, but I got to actually meet him in person for the first time this weekend.
hmm
And I went with my friend Sam to go see Ace. Um, and we got to watch Ace from side stage, which was insane.
insane.
Insane. Um, yeah, and just like I don't know, it's pretty wild all the time. It's just I'm like, what is my life? I took a video of myself, like I was like in a mirror in the backstage at the show, and it just be going. There's so many like clips of me just like freaking out, like because it's so insane because these people are like people I grew up listening to or like people I really look up to. Um, Another one is like Ron Thal, who was in Guns N' Roses for almost a decade. He's been very supportive of my career for a long time. He's actually one of my references for like endorsements and gigs now, which is
Oh, nice.
insane.
Wow. You know what? You do say insane a lot, referring
Yeah,
to your life, and you are right.
yeah. I don't know how else to describe it because like
Right.
I never expected to be where I am, especially like so soon too. Because I really
Right.
only started playing live like a year ago. So like to have
Right.
all of this happen so fast, it's like
Now,
overwhelming.
your first Monsters of Rock Cruiser Jam was what year? Because that wasn't until what,
Um,
2020, maybe?
it might have been 2020, I
Okay, because
think, because there's been three since then. So
okay,
2020, I think.
yeah, because I know you played. I didn't go 2020. I skipped
I
that
played
year.
guitar that year, and it was very
Yes,
bad.
I doubt it. I doubt it. I have never. I've went to a few of them, and I've never seen anybody do bad. That I'm going to admit.
Fair enough.
Right there, and that's what it's all about. It's about just jamming. I mean, it's not
Yeah, I have to
perfection.
say, like, it's a very supportive community. Nobody's judging you. Like, I have a ton of friends who like have only been playing for a few months who go and play that, and nobody cares if it gets messed up. Like, there are songs that end up a train wreck, but nobody cares because it's just
Right.
fun.
It's just fun.
Exactly.
Playing. I play drums, and it's like you notice the drums, and I
Hmm.
notice you notice the bass more or the guitar more. I
Hmm.
notice what's going on with the drums, and I know when people screw it all up, and when they're off time now, and I've seen that happen, but it's not. It's like, but they're still having fun. It's
Yeah, exactly. That's the point.
I am scared shitless to do it. I don't want to. I got people saying,
Why?
I don't know. Everybody's begging me. Come on, come on, come on, come on.
Do
Uh,
it.
Last year, I came this close, so I'm waiting to see what Izzy's going to do this year. What band? I think
Yeah.
he had Aerosmith last year, right? And
Hmm.
I was okay. I'll do this like four different songs, and they
Yeah.
got taken. And I'm
Yeah.
like,
You gotta be real
what?
quick.
You got to be
Yeah.
quick. And I'm like, okay, one of these years, and that was the year because of Aerosmith. I was like really leaning, okay, I know
Mhm.
these ones. I can do this. And then
Yeah.
forget it. One of these years, I'm going to actually be able to get up there and jam with you.
Yeah. Play with me. Play a song with me.
Right. I'll just screw the whole thing all up, and you can carry me and just be like, it's okay, old guy. You still man. Pat
It's
me
my
on the head
job.
a little. That's your job. Be very supportive to a guy that doesn't
Yeah.
know what the fuck he's doing. I get it.
Yeah.
So, okay, yeah, within two first live gig, 2020, and
Hmm.
then 2022, you're on stage with Shez Kane and Dave Ellefson is playing right before you. So 2 years,
Yeah. Well, I mean,
bam,
even like
wow,
2020, I wasn't really playing live. Like I played the
Right.
jam and I sat in with a couple bands, but up until that point, I had never played like an actual set.
Right.
I only did that March or April of last year was the first time I played a full set, which was like
Okay.
crazy. We're
Right.
a year from then has put me. But yeah, it's insane. It's pretty insane.
It is. And then,
There's
bam,
me.
the whiskey
Whiskey a go go, baby.
with
Yeah.
Alice Loves Alien.
Hmm.
And I'm like, you're just. I think this is another one of the whiskey. I think. Oh, that's the one of the whiskey. Oh, I uploaded the same fucking picture. You dumbass. I mean, come on. But it's like,
I mean, that face says it all, honestly.
right. And you're just like having a great time. It seems like it's not. What did somebody say the other day? They have a tendency to fall upward.
Yeah.
I say it. I fall back asswards into great shit. I mean, I don't know.
Backwards.
How, yeah, I don't know how I do it. I fall back asswards into great stuff. And someone
Fair
called it
enough.
falling. What?
I said fair enough.
Yeah, and it's other people call it falling forward. They don't know how this happens to them, but it just does.
Yeah.
And the ones that really put the work into it, like you do,
Mhm.
deserve to fall forwards and not know
Yeah.
how this is happening and it's I've known you since you were 11, whatever, and now you're 19, and it's like you
17.
haven't 17. Oh, I thought you were 19.
I just turned 17 last week, yeah.
I thought you turned 19. Wow.
Don't take away the kid from me yet.
But it's like you're not changing. You're not getting stuck up, or I'm Shannon Wilk. There is none of that with you. You are still the same person, grounded, beautiful, wonderful to be around, and to talk to anybody, laugh, joke, and not take life serious, just like we all shouldn't. But this is not changing you one bit.
Yeah, I mean, like, I never want to get like that. One of, like, my biggest pet peeves is when people are arrogant.
Right.
And, like,
I do not like arrogance.
obviously, the people I surround myself with and, like, the people I've idolized, I guess, who are, like, the musicians I look up to and stuff, none of them are really like that. So I've
Nope.
gotten, like, and they've been so, like, kind to me and have, like, given me all the advice and stuff and, like, have been so open to, like, having conversations with me about whatever. So I always want to be like that. I want to be like that for other people. Like,
Right.
obviously I'm not at their level or whatever, but, like, I want to be like that when I get to
Right.
be at that level. I want to still be the same person.
Right.
Still
Be
help whoever I
genuine.
can help. Yeah.
Right. Because you're basically going to be paying it forward. You're going to be helping
Yeah,
somebody else just the way other people helped you.
exactly.
Not going to forget where you came from. Not going to forget how you got there. And
Mhm.
the really, really good ones are like that.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. That's cool, man. I'm so happy for you. Artists that you've jammed with. Okay, we know Shez Kane. We know a couple other what some other ones.
You want me to just like list them off?
Just rattle some off. Let's hear the laundry list.
Well, the ones I did jam with on at Rare Hair on the cruise this year, that was Shez Kane, Will Hunt, Will Doty, who plays with Poison.
Mm-hmm.
Love that. Brent Woods, Tyson, obviously. He's like so underrated. Oh my gosh, he can play anything, play any instrument, play any song you throw at him. Like, it's ridiculous.
He's another one that's a really great guy.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, he's the best. So that was the group I played with at Rare Hair this year. At the Cruiser Jam, I played with Graham Whitford. It was Brad Whitford's from Aerosmith, his son, and he also
His
plays
son.
with Tyler Bryant, the Shakedown.
Yes.
He was great. And I played with Chad Stewart from Faster Pussycat. I'm trying to think. So that was all this year.
Wow.
Been a wild year.
I mean,
Just a little bit.
I don't know that you're having a wild year. You're having a wild life.
Life, yeah.
I haven't done everything in 45 years that you've done in 2.
Yeah.
But it's great. It's, we sit back and we watch and a lot of us live vicariously through other people, and we all do it. We
Right.
watch somebody and we're like, oh wow, they're going to this vacation or that one, and you're like, I can't get to Italy, so I'm going to live through them while they're in Italy. And we
Yeah.
get to watch, and you, I see at the whiskey and this and that. It's like, holy shit, it's
Yeah.
just
I don't stop ever.
no.
That's why I'm sick right now.
You wouldn't be able to tell you're sick. I mean, you told me you were sick earlier, and I was like, I don't believe it because no, you're still laughing, having a good time. If this is Shannon sick, dude, unbelievable.
I've had to be bedridden all week. This is my excitement.
This is my
That's all I
excitement.
get to do this week.
Yeah, you need to get a life if this is your excitement.
No, but yeah, I'm so grateful. Like seriously, I mean, like I said, the first time I played bass on stage, I was playing a Dawkins song with the guy who's the drummer for Dawkins now for
Oh
the
my
past
god, dude.
4 years or so, 4 or 5 years. Was playing a Dawkins song with him and Jimmy Bell on guitar. No pressure.
No pressure
My first time
whatsoever.
playing bass on stage ever.
Oh my god, dude.
I was 13. It was an event I organized and stuff, and I just asked the singer. I was like, "Hey, you mind if I play a song with you guys?" And he was like, "Okay." So I
Wow.
played a song.
So you did it to yourself.
Yeah, no, definitely. I volunteered myself for that.
There you go. There you go.
I haven't been known to stay within my comfort zone. That's for sure.
I've noticed. You're just like, oh, what's the next thing I could just, like we said, you were a little shy. You seemed shy when I
I
first met
still
you.
am. I just know how to turn it on and turn it
You
off.
turn it on until okay. I was just gonna say because you're just like, bam.
Yeah,
It's
for sure.
you're like in your face now, and it's like, okay, she's out of her, out of her comfort
Well,
zone.
yeah. Also, since like we first met, since my first cruise and stuff, I've definitely come into who I am a lot more too.
Yeah.
So like that definitely helps. Like now I know who I am, what I want in my life. Like I'm doing my career stuff. So like I have a personality now. I don't know how else to describe it better, I guess.
Before you only had the looks, now you actually have a personality.
Yeah.
Guys are not allowed to say that to girls. Well, now you have a personality. We'll get fucking shit on. Now that was a good one. I love that one. I actually have a personality now.
I grew a personality out of my first Monsters of Rock.
That is awesome. I mean, no, you've always had it, man. You've always been Shannon. You've always been just wonderful to be around. I mean, a happy person.
Thank you.
You don't know that anything difficult's going on. I try to be around people like that.
Yeah.
Even though they got difficult things going on in their life, you could never tell.
Yeah.
I mean, my Facebook, you would think that I'm just a cereal eating, rock and roll listening to guy that just is fly by the seat of his pants all the time, doesn't take life seriously, and never has a bad day. And that's total bullshit. I mean, but we don't like to shine lights on the bad stuff that goes on with us. I mean, we just try to stay positive and keep our mind doing. I grab a bowl of cereal or ice cream, and day's better. And it's like you can't focus on the bad shit. You just got to focus. Okay, how can I get through this? How can we get to the good shit again?
Yeah, I mean, the music industry is really tough. Like, I've been told so many times that it's gonna chew you up and spit you out. I'm still here. I mean, there's definitely like, especially being a woman in music, like,
right?
There's a lot of hard shit that I like experience and stuff, but I again, I'm still here, so I don't plan on stopping anytime soon. So
No. Now,
whatever.
how
You take the hits.
you take the punches like Bane, rolling with the punches.
Rolling with the
I
punches,
mean,
yeah.
you just got to take it and move on.
Mhm.
Now, school. You brought up that you're a girl, which I knew already, and
In case
now
you weren't sure, by the way.
I never mind. But like, okay, me being in high school, being a rocker dude,
Mhm.
you get a little bit of a flack for it. And I
Yeah.
know girls that I went to high school with, they were rocker chicks, and they got more flack
Mhm.
than the guys would because they were called certain things and labeled and this and that. Does that still happen? Has it happened to you at all?
Um. Well, I kind of just put my head down and don't talk to anyone in school. To be honest, nobody at school really knows like anything about what I do.
There
Mostly,
you
I just
go.
talk to my teachers about it because they actually know the bands. but
Exactly. Right.
but yeah, nobody really gives me shit.
Right.
Um, most of them just call me emo, which like it's not it, but it's like wrong subculture, but a for
Right.
effort, I guess.
I guess if that's see, it just proves that most kids nowadays don't have a clue.
No, they have no idea whatsoever. Like, I'll tell people, I'll be like, "Oh my god, guess what? I just photographed Kiss," and they're like, "Who's Kiss?" I'm like,
Wow.
what? What? Like that's Kiss. It's not even like some obscure band that I'm a fan
Right.
of. Like it's the biggest rock band. How do you not know them?
Right. Can you give me
But
your address so I can go smack your fucking parents? I mean,
they go
come
TP
on.
their house.
Go TP their house with Kiss toilet paper. I'm sure they
Kiss
got Kiss
toilet paper.
toilet paper. I'm sure Gene has thought of that one. I
Yeah,
know. I'll have to ask my buddy Eric, Eric Alberti. I'll have to ask him and say, do they have Kiss toilet paper?
of course they do. I'm
Of
sure
course
I'm sure
they
it
got
exists.
Kiss everything, dude. I mean,
Yeah.
God. Now, I guess I'm gonna actually ask this question, but I think I already know the
Oh boy.
answer. But no. I think you already answered it.
Oh,
The
okay.
the concert that changed your life.
Oh man. I don't think I could answer that.
Oh
There's so
wow.
many. Well, because, like, I have this thing where, like, I'll get obsessed with a band for, like, 2 or 3 months, listen to their entire discography, only that, and then I'll just, like, not listen to them. Because I'll have listened to it so much that I'm just like, I don't want to hear it again.
It's I don't know if
It's
it's
a blessing
that
and a curse.
right. I get like on something and it's like always, and
Mhm.
then okay, next.
It gets to the point where you're like, nope, I can't listen to this anymore. Yeah. That's
And
definitely me, but
right.
I don't know. Oh my gosh, there's so many. A lot of the European bands that I've gotten to see, like seeing Shiraz Lane for the first time, because like that band's got me through some shit. So
Yeah.
getting to like see them, and I've like there were a lot of experiences this cruise specifically. Like I got to know Hannes, the singer, a bunch. We ended up doing karaoke together this cruise, which was really cool. That was really special. I will never forget that. Um, and like I got to, we ended up. He came and watched Lee Aaron's set on the pool stage while the sun was setting. Like it was just like really special moments like that. So
Wow.
like stuff like that. Seeing them for the first time, which was the 2020 cruise, I cried.
Right.
um,
Hey,
but yeah,
there's no
seeing
shame
them.
in that.
Oh my gosh, there's so many. Seeing Spread Eagle for the first time was really special. Um, there's like certain bands that just like mean a lot to me, like seeing Vane live every time. It's
Right.
just
Right. And I get that.
Mm-hmm.
I totally get it.
Like Dangerous Toys, one of my favorite bands.
Dangerous Toys.
I
Dirty
joke with my
Looks this
friends
year.
that
Oh my god.
I joke with my friends that Jason's my dad.
Wow.
I've never said that to him, but he's
I was
such a
like,
goof. We're like very much the same person. So if he was my dad, it would explain a lot.
he is a. I'm not gonna call him a goof, but he is a goof. I
He
mean,
is
but
a goof in the
he's
best
a
way
great goof.
possible. Yeah.
Yes. I mean, I can't remember what I said to him this year. We hadn't met yet.
Mm-hmm.
And I had met everybody in Dirty Looks, and I have seen Dangerous Toys, and I had met everybody in Dangerous Toys. So I've met all the band, and Paul Idell and me talk a lot,
Mhm. I
and
love
he's
Paul
like,
too.
yes. And he's like, you haven't met Jason? I'm like, no, he avoids me. He's like, no, he doesn't. He's like, you got to meet him. I was all right. So I can't remember what I did this year. I did something. I walked up to him and I just said something to him, and he was kind of like, what? And I'm like, I was told, da, 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 and he kind of got it after it sunk
Yeah.
in, and it's like, oh, all right. And then he started his one-liners, and it just coming at me, and I'm like,
Exactly.
there it is, and
There's the Jason, you know.
right. And then
Yeah.
Paul, he was around, so it was like, oh, okay, I see what this is,
Mhm.
So I, I can't
Yeah.
remember what I said.
For some reason, like I don't, like I said, I don't really fangirl or like get super shy around musicians a lot. But for whatever reason, like I get really awkward around Jason. Like I just don't know what to
Hmm.
say to him because like I look up to him so much as a person.
Right,
Like obviously I love Dangerous Toys and like everything he's done, but
right.
I look up to him a lot as a human being, and he's just like so genuine and stuff. Like I just don't know what to say to him.
Wow.
To the
There
point
are,
where now I won't go up to him; he'll just come up to me because he knows
right.
I won't. But yeah,
I,
I've been lucky enough. I got to see him with Dangerous Toys, with Dirty Looks, and I got lucky enough to see him with Accept and Armored Saint.
oh my God, that would have been great.
Yeah, so it was
Dude.
amazing. He just
Well,
kills whatever he touches in the
maybe
best
Armored
way.
Saint. He'll jam with Armored Saint when they're on the boat. His Dangerous Toys is going to be there. Armored Saint's going to be there. Accept's going to be
Accept's
there.
gonna be there, yeah.
All Jason's bands are in the house.
Yeah.
Get Dirty Looks on the boat. That dude won't have a sleeping minute. Larry, I
Now
know you're
you
listening.
gotta get Jason's Ellen John tribute on too.
Elton John tribute, Broken Teeth.
Yeah,
Oh, Jason's going to be working. We got to push this. I mean,
poor guy.
any band Jason's been in, Boston Rock Cruise 2024.
That's the whole lineup. It's just all
Yeah.
Jason's bands.
All Jason bands. No sleep for Jason.
It's the
No
Jason
rest.
McMaster cruise.
It's the Jason McMaster Cruise. Hell yeah.
I'm
He
gonna
really
pitch
is
that
it.
to him now.
Right. Tell him we came up with that and that it's happening
Mhm.
whether he likes it or not. Right. That's great. He's a
And
nice
it's pay to
guy.
play for him too.
Pay to play. You're not getting paid. It is pay to play. You must pay us $5,000 for this to happen.
I don't think there's anybody watching after this whole bit. Everyone's done.
Oh no, they're still here. They haven't left. They don't. I mean, it's like my Thursday. We all don't have a life crew. I mean, I thank you all. I love you all. I mean, we just sit back and chill on. This has been, dude. This is the most I've laughed in a long time. I knew
I
this was
try my
gonna happen,
best.
dude. It's just like you're so fun and it's great.
I know,
Now,
hilarious.
okay, we have to get to it before this ends, but you're in a band called Alice Loves Alien. Tell us a little bit about Alice Loves Alien.
Yeah. So, uh, they're an original rock band from Holyoke, Massachusetts, which is like 2 hours from me. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, I'm like basically a hired gun in that band. They're like a duet, soon to be husband and wife. Um, so
She's
yeah,
got a
that's
great voice.
oh my god, she's
Oh my
amazing, and she can
god.
sing anything. We did a gig recently, so like most of our music's like pretty blues
Yes.
oriented and like kind of like 70s. Uh,
Yes.
but yeah, recently we did a gig where it was all covers or mostly covers, and like I got the set list and there was like Man in the Box, Cowboys from Hell, and I'm like I'm not sure how this is gonna go because I never heard her sing anything like that. But we got and she just like killed it. She did so
Really?
good.
Damn.
It was oh my god, it was amazing. She can sing literally anything and sound like an angel. It's aggravating in the best way. But yeah, so that's been my band that I've been working with for the past like over a year now. I played with them for the first time in April last year. Um but yeah, that's my main gig right now. That's the band
Nice.
I ended up playing the whiskey with, which was really cool.
Yep.
Definitely a bucket list for all of us. So that was really, really cool that it worked out because that got booked very last minute, but we ended up pulling it together. So
Yep.
yeah, that's my main thing. They're working on a new album, I think. I don't know much. about it because I'm not on it, but
They're not on it, huh? So they do all the parts, and then it's like
yeah,
they play
Brendan,
all
our
the
guitar
instruments. Okay,
player, Brendan does all the instruments. He's like the main
okay,
writer. They write the stuff
yep,
together, and he plays all the instruments, and she sings on it. And then I'm a
cool.
live band.
Yep, and then they hire the band to go on to go out and do shows, which is there are some bands that do that now, which is cool.
I don't mind it.
Right, you get to go out and play live. You don't have to put in the
I
blood,
get
sweat, and tears on the.
yeah, as my bass teacher calls it, it's my vehicle to play shows and whatnot. So
Right, and you also just started a band. This is not what about a month,
well,
two.
it's yeah, kind of. We kind of just started a band. It's been kind of a lot longer in the works than it's been publicly happening,
Right,
but yeah, this has been me and the guitar player Damiano have been trying to put together a band for almost a year now. And we just could not find a singer for the life of us. So we auditioned singers for like 8 months or so,
wow,
and just nothing was happening. Um, so yeah, we ended up. My friend Jake, who's the other guitar player, reached out to me. He was like, "Hey, I got asked to put together a band to open for Faster Pussycat at the Chance in Poughkeepsie, New York." He's from up there, and he
okay,
asked me. He was like, "Do you want to play bass for it and like help me do this?" And I was like, "I think I got an idea." So we kind of just like took his opportunity, and like he was like, "I'd love for Damiano to play lead, and I'll play rhythm." And so we
huh?
kind of got that trio, and then we had my friend Sam, who also is from the crew, Sam Wall. He does interviews as well. He's a drummer, which not a lot of people know. Now they do. But yeah, he's an amazing drummer. And he's also from up by Jake's area. So we got him to play drums, and that still left the singer question.
Still out the singer.
Yeah, so that was a struggle. We asked around, and like I had known, so we got Andre, who's our singer, who I've known him forever, but we wanted to get like the guy who asked Jake to put together the band wanted him to put together an all young band, which that's been the main issue. Like we found some singers we know of, some singers, but like they're all older because
Right,
young people aren't really wanting to sing like 80s rock and stuff. It's also
right.
very difficult stuff to sing, but yeah, so it's very difficult to find. But so we ended up asking Andre to do it because he doesn't look as old as he is. He
No,
doesn't look as old as he is, so he
and
kind of
he
can do it.
is
So.
he is very very good. I see that. He
Mm-hmm.
does Stairway to Heaven still. Not Stairway to Heaven, Stairway to Halen.
Stairway to Halen, yeah,
And I saw him for the first time at a BLE show in Maryland, and oh my God, he could sing.
yeah, he's amazing. He can literally sing anything too. Wait till you hear him do Britney Fox. That was supposed to be in our set list till our set
Dude,
got cut. We're gonna do Long Way to Love just because I want to make him
dude,
sing it because I've seen him sing it and it's amazing.
really, dude, you have to.
Amazing.
Okay, if you get a thing where you get him to sing it a little bit, send
Oh
me that
yeah,
little video. I
we'll
want
make
to
him
see
do
it.
it at rehearsal next time.
Nice, and then just record it and say, "I got to send this to somebody." And boom, I got.
Yeah,
He really is good, and Van Halen and Led Zeppelin is not very easy to sing, and anything I've heard him sing,
definitely.
and he's got a Queensryche thing he does, and
Yeah,
that's not easy to do either. So he is an
yeah,
accomplished singer.
definitely. Yeah. We did Monkey Business by Skid Row live at that show, and I was talking to the owner of the venue afterwards, and he was like, "So many bands have tried to do Skid Row here," and he was like, "Every time I hear that guitar intro, he was like, I just go, oh no," and he goes,
Not
"But he
again,
pulled it off." He goes, "After that scream, I knew we were set. Like it was gonna be
right?
great." So,
That is the thing that'll get you. I mean, I sit
yeah,
there like, Eric singing
hmm
for Skid Row. I mean, I was
yeah,
at the show live and they did the guitar, and I'm like, I turned to people that were next to me. I was like, "Here's the test.
yep, exactly.
You can sing the rest of it. That's great. You can sing,
Hmm.
but let me hear that. If that scream doesn't give
Yep.
me goosebumps every fucking time I hear it, and you're just okay. Let's see." And he nailed it, and I was like, "God,
Yeah.
okay." And then in a
Hmm.
darkened room. These are certain songs are tough to sing, and and Andre can pull it off. That's cool.
Hmm. Yeah, definitely. So we have another gig booked in October now. So hopefully that
Where
will lead to more. We're trying to book some gigs with some bands that you know that'll tell you when we're not recording and on air.
ah. A
But
lot
yeah,
of
we're
people
trying to get
tell me
some.
stuff that say don't get it out there, and I'm like, okay. Yeah, if you look, if I lift up my shirt, it's like a refrigerator of
Mhm.
stuff that people store here. And they're not allowed to say it to anybody, so they say it to me, and they're like, now you're not allowed to say it. So it's like
I get that too.
you know, and it's like, thanks.
Yeah, you
I
just
love
bear
knowing
the
it.
weight of all these secrets.
Right here, you take it now, hot potato. And they are so happy. They told somebody. I'm sitting here going,
Mhm.
I can't tell nobody. I tell my dog all kinds of stuff. He knows everything. If that dude ever learned how to talk, oh my god.
You're screwed.
I'm, I'm. But people send you music and they send you this and that. Okay,
Mhm.
it's not available yet. Don't send it. Don't share it. Okay, I do know that. You don't have to tell me that, but I do know.
Yeah.
And it's like, now you gave me this song that just gave me chills and I can't say anything. So I
Yeah.
bug them. Then I turn around, I'll bug them. When's the song coming out? When's the song coming out? When's the song coming out?
Hmm.
And they're like, you've already heard it. I'm like, yeah, but I want to tell somebody. When's the song coming out? When's the song coming out?
I get that.
And
Yeah.
it's like, but it's cool. They got to tell somebody, and it's nice to be that person.
Hmm.
But
Yeah, definitely.
so when's the gig in October? You said,
Yeah,
or where?
I believe it's October 5th. It's in Hamden, Connecticut, at a place called the Cellar, and
Okay.
we'll be doing original music, all original music at night.
Oh, is that
So,
with the Heartless?
hmm,
Okay, cool. I
yeah, these songs have been written for a very long time. Our guitar player brought in a lot of songs he played with his old original band.
okay.
Um, so yeah, he brought those songs because he wrote all the music, and we're just gonna write our parts and lyrics and put it all together, and then we have a live show. So
Very cool.
yeah, it's
That
very
now that's
exciting.
cool because I knew it was a
Yeah.
cover band.
Well, our
Because
plan was to be original, but
right,
like we kind of put it together very last minute. Like we only had one rehearsal
right,
before that show with Faster Pussycat.
right.
So yeah, it was very last minute. So we just kind of threw together a set of covers and had one rehearsal and just kind of hoped for
Right.
the best. And it actually
That
went very well,
right.
which
And that
was
makes sense.
good. Yeah,
See if you could pull it off, see how the chemistry is, see if it works,
yeah, definitely.
and this and that. How can and 9 times out of 10, if you could pull something off with one rehearsal,
Hmm.
there's something there.
Yeah, well,
You
also
know.
like a lot of us, at least like I know me and Andre and Damiano, we're kind of all used to that. Like with
Right.
all these jams I do and like sitting in the
Right.
bands, I'm kind of used to just like getting thrown into the fire. Like I've learned songs minutes before playing,
Wow. Wow.
or like do one of those where you go into the bathroom so you can hear it and listen to it on your phone, and then you have to go play it in 5 minutes.
Right.
I've
You know
done that,
that.
but
Uh,
yeah. So at least we got in a rehearsal.
right. That's it. And you've been planning for it your whole life, your whole career, which has been 4 years. You've been, studying to just do it on the fly, get it
Yeah.
done. If somebody asks me, say yes, even though I don't know. You're doing the right things. You do it. You're absolutely tackling this the absolute perfect way and the absolute right way.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Hey, coming from me, it doesn't mean much, but that's just, you really are. I mean, you're really someone that people are looking at and going, wow, she's doing it the right way. She's still herself. She's still 100% original, 100% Shannon Wilk, 100% transparent. You really are staying the same person, even though a whirlwind is happening around you. And if
Yeah,
anybody
I mean,
had,
I'm still the same music geek I've always been. I'm like the type of person where when I like a band, I'll learn everything about them. So I can sit here and shoot the shit all day about whatever.
right?
Like, it's fun for me. I just love it so much.
And you do. Now, what is your now is 80s style of music your go-to style of music?
Yeah, definitely.
What's
I
your
mean,
go-to?
I listen to a lot of different music,
Right.
which annoys my dad from time to time because I'll be like, "Hey, I want to go shoot this band." He's like, "I don't know that band. I don't want to have to write a review." I'm like, well, expand your palette, expand your musical palette.
Right. Aren't we
But yeah,
always the ones that say go see the band and then
and
if you
then be the
don't like
judge
them, right?
or look at the
Exactly.
album cover. Yeah,
Look at the
but
album. Yeah, we did that a lot.
I listen to mostly like 80s stuff. But I listen to like 80s hair metal, 80s thrash. I love 80s thrash. Like Anthrax is one of my favorite bands.
Oh, they're fucking
Um,
killer.
this is the Frank Bello signature LTD.
Fantastic.
But yeah, so like I listen to a lot of 80s thrash. I listen to some new wave. I listen to like 70s rock. I listen to grunge. I listen to a
Damn.
lot of modern rock too. I listen to like folk rock, indie, kind of all over the
You
place.
have
Oh,
cut
I love like melodic death metal stuff too, like Arch Enemy and Children of
melodic
Bodom. I love those
melodic
too.
death.
Yeah.
It's kind of like you have to be. You gotta like I'm going tomorrow night to see a yacht rock tribute band. I love yacht rock, and I don't give a shit who knows it. I mean, it's like you give me them. They're not really rock, but they're kind of they.
Hmm.
It's rock,
Yeah.
and people when I tell them, they're like, "You?" I'm like, "Yeah." I told the guys at work, "This is where I'm going Friday." They're like, "No, you're not." Yes, I am, and it's
Yeah.
like, but we have a long list of taste. It's not
Hmm.
just one. I'm not ACDC, and that's it.
Yeah.
No way. 80s metal hair, that's it. That's all. Because if it
Yeah. A
was
lot
like
of
that,
people think that's all I am, but like I listen to so much different music.
that's good.
So
That's good. And it makes it you're trying to create music, so that makes it even better that you have so much to pull from, because it would be boring if
yeah.
you're just trying to recreate the same freaking thing.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, with a lot of my writing, I try to go like I try to like my dream. If I could make my own band and like dream genre, I would combine like hair metal with like 80s hair metal with like 80s thrash, but like have like a horror punk thing. Like the
Nice.
Murder Dolls. Like I love the Murder Dolls. I would love to do something like that.
Nice.
So very bizarre. I have all over the place
You've
shit. But if
got
I could
you
create like a character project like that, that would be really cool. I'd love to do that.
dude.
So somebody hit me up. Let's make that
Dude,
happen.
I think you right now. Calico Cooper is going to be calling you and going,
Yeah,
"Girl."
I guess that is a very Bisto Blanco
That
description. I didn't
is.
even think of
After you
that.
said that, I'm like, Calico just popped, and I'm like, oh, Calico. Oh yeah, she's on. Call her. Call her. Everybody watches this. I mean,
My
call her.
drummer wants to be in Bisto Blanco, so maybe I should get him to just make the Heartless that.
Right? I mean, I don't think he's ever. No, they're set on a drummer.
Yeah.
The what's his name? I can't remember his name off the top of my head. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! But he's fantastic, dude.
Mhm.
Bisto Blanco. They
Every
might
drummer
not.
they've had was great, by the way.
Right. And they might not be okay, they're not really my type to like sit at home and pop in a CD and listen to
Mhm.
Beasto Blanco. If I was to pop them in the CD player going down the road, I'm probably going to get a ticket. So I don't usually listen to them on CD,
Yeah.
but I have both.
Do you have a fast car?
But I've got a Dodge Ram. It's
I have
I
a Dodge
call
Charger.
there you go, Dodges. And you get a ticket listening to Beasto Blanco in a car.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
definitely.
So, and they're just so much more to them than just on CD. So you got to go see them live. And when you see them live, when I first saw them live, it was 2019.
Mhm.
They played the pre-party.
Mhm.
I think they opened, and I
Yep,
was
I was there too.
blown away. I was like, these guys fucking rock. I
Hmm.
mean, it just I'd listen to songs, but you just have to see live, and they are one of
Yeah.
them
Well,
live
because it's
bands.
such a visual, yeah, it's such a visual thing.
It is. It's like Alice Cooper. You could listen to him on
Exactly.
CD. His old '70s stuff, eh, it's
Yeah.
good. I'll listen to it. But you go see a show, and them
It's
songs
completely
take on
different.
a right. They take on a
Yeah.
whole visual, and you're just like, oh my god! You walk
Yeah,
away
I feel the same
wow.
way.
Yeah. So, all right. Last thing, is there any hobbies that you have outside of music if you have any time? I guess sleeping maybe a hobby for you, maybe?
I guess, yeah.
Do you get any
Well,
of
I mean,
that?
at this point, my my guidance counselor at school jokes with me that school is my hobby at this point.
Right? Wow.
Um, but yeah, she's actually really into like 80s music. She loves King's X. That's one of her favorite bands. But yeah, so she like is very supportive of what I do and stuff. Which thank God, because otherwise I'd be screwed with all the days I miss because I'm working shows and stuff.
Right.
Um, but yeah, hobbies outside of music. I mean, I really pretty much do this all the time. Like I don't really have much time for anything else. Um, I have a job right now. I don't
Wow.
think that's a hobby though.
It kind of is. Mine is kind of a hobby. It's
I work in like 100-degree factory, so
same.
it's awful. But
It's
it's all right.
terrible.
I gotta
It
save
pays.
money because I'm planning on moving to Nashville when I am when I once I turn 18. So
That's next year. You're 17,
yeah,
not 19.
yeah, it is next year. It'll be August of next year. I haven't really talked about that much publicly, but yeah,
Oh
so that's
boy.
the plan.
Have you told your parents? Because I
Oh no,
can.
my parents know.
Okay.
It's very much been in the planning. It's
You
been in the
heard it
planning for
here
a couple of
first.
years. Yeah, heard it here first.
Now, are they going to move with you? Or are they going to just say
No,
later?
they want to move somewhere else. I don't know where they're gonna move,
Right.
but they're definitely not moving this soon for
Right.
sure. But yeah, I'm moving in August of next year.
Nice.
Hopefully around the time of Monsters on the Mountain, just because that would be convenient, so I don't have to fly down and then drive down again.
And then you'd be doing a gig. Larry, hook her
Mhm.
up. She's going to be already there in Nashville. Get her on. The
Yeah,
Heartless.
exactly. I'm
All
moving
right.
with my drummer anyway, so.
Nice.
But
Oh,
yeah, so that's mostly I just spend my time like uh, doing anything and everything music and just like planning stuff like for the future and right now working to save money
right.
to move. Um, but yeah, that's pretty much all I do. I used to read for fun, but I don't really have time to do that anymore.
Got time to pick
I
up a book and your phone goes off.
yeah,
I mean,
I love to read, but honestly, what I love to do for fun, it is technically in music. But what I do when I'm like not working, doing music stuff, I love to put music on in my Walkman because I have a Walkman because I'm 50. Sorry, but yeah,
nice.
I'm a cassette addict. But I like to play music in my Walkman. I get dressed up like all 80s and tease my hair and shit, and pop a cassette in and play it and just lay there and listen to music. That's what I like
Nice.
to do.
That's a hobby. That is
Yeah.
absolutely a
I
hobby.
guess that's a hobby. Yeah, it's still music. Also, I have a huge collection of like Hit Parader and Metal Edge magazines here. So like I'll
Really?
flip through those when I'm listening. I just like transport myself and pretend it's the 80s because I'm weird. I don't know.
No, dude, that is absolutely because I had them magazines. I got them every month. When I went to the
Yeah,
grocery store.
I have so many.
I mean, and you're reading. There's stuff
It's like,
that you don't know that you're gonna find in there.
oh
You're
yeah.
gonna
Well,
be like,
also
oh my
like
god,
these are all like pinups from the magazines and stuff. That's
hell
what all my
yeah,
walls are covered in.
hell
I have
yeah,
like a massive CD collection of VHS and stuff. So.
dude, you're like transport me back to my room. Pinups,
No,
did
I have a really huge cassette collection too. It's really bad, but they're the cheapest, so it's better that. That's why I collect cassettes because they're so much cheaper.
right.
Also,
Well,
I'm
they
listening to
were.
destroy them than vinyl.
They were. They went up
Yeah,
in price. I started grabbing them again,
well,
and because
especially for like obscure bands, they're really expensive to find.
right, but
Like,
they're nice to have.
I have a Roxy Blue cassette that my friend got me.
I think I
There's
have one.
so much.
Do
You
I
have
have
one?
one? I think I have one over there. I gotta look, but I
I'm
have
trying
one
to find
some.
all the obscure ones.
Dude,
It's
I
like
know I
my.
have one.
Do you have Rocks Gang too?
Do I have Rocks Gang? Now you're gonna make me go over there and look. I don't know if I have Rocks Gang on
We'll
that.
have to compare collections.
Right. Because if you see one, I'm the type that if I go into a record store, I'll go over the cassette section knowing full well I'm never going to play them
Oh, I
because,
play them all the time.
well, I'll try it. Some sound way, way bad. Some
Some
sound
sound comically bad, yeah.
really good for
Yeah.
the years that they've been sitting around.
Hmm.
But I don't want to hurt them. And it's like, but I'll see them and I'll be like, they need rescued. They need a home.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
like
Well,
that.
also, like, you want it to be someone that, like, actually gives a shit about the music.
Right.
Like, I also feel like a lot of people, like, see me being young and they assume, like, I don't really know anything about the music and, like, I just know, like, the popular bands and stuff. But, like, once you actually talk to me, like, I honestly care way more about, like, the bands that you probably haven't heard of than the bands that, everyone knows.
Right. Spread Eagle, Roxy Blues. These are off the beaten path. They're great bands. Silent Rage, Icon.
Yeah.
The bands that don't get the notoriety or the love that they should. I
Yeah, a lot
mean,
of the bands that
and
were
you
just,
know
like, a
that.
little too late.
Just a tad late. Saints and
Yeah.
Sinners is another one. Von Groove. I mean, me and you could obviously go
We
on
gotta do
and
a whole
on.
part 2 of just talking about obscure 80s
Dude,
bands.
that's why, and that is why I started the radio station I started because I was sick of Hair Nation playing the same thing. Nobody plays Silent Rage, Icon,
Yeah.
these bands. So I was like, you know
Do you
what?
know
I'm not
Valentine?
Valentine. Yeah, yeah, they're on the first album on my is on there. Hugo. Oh,
Oh,
hell yeah.
nice.
Fantastic voice. That band
Absolutely.
just missed it. He did a solo or not yeah, he did solo, which was okay, but he released an album right after Valentine fell apart.
Mhm.
And it was ugh. I was like, wow, what happened here, dude? And I kind of lost touch with it. But that first album is always going to be, I think, if
Mhm.
I heard correctly, they're supposed to come, they're working on a new one.
Ooh.
Don't quote me, but I thought I heard
I'm
that.
gonna research that now because I need to know.
Yes,
I need to
I
have
am almost certain there's another one coming out. Shoemaker, if he's still on here, he might be able to say something about that. But I'm almost positive. And there's bands like Sick Vicky, Pat's band.
that. Mhm.
They released a killer record back in the right around 90, 91, 92. That
Mhm.
got reissued, Kiss Me in French, and now
Mhm.
they're back out, and people didn't know about them. I mean, and
Right.
people, you know, I just you want somebody to find these bands and say, everybody's always looking for something new,
Yeah.
and there's so much new you didn't hear, and I'm still finding it.
Right.
I
Yeah.
mean, every now and then I stumble across something and I go, "Oh, what year was this? 90? What?"
Mhm.
And I think they just came out yesterday, and it's like I didn't see
Yeah.
it yet. But then I get very disappointed that I didn't hear about them in 90. But there's one
Mhm.
I found the other day that I uploaded to the radio station. I can't remember the name, but I uploaded two bands.
Trouble Tribe.
Oh, Trouble Tribe was uploaded. Oh, God. That first and only record is absolutely amazing.
Mhm.
Great album. What was it?
Wild
30
Side.
Wild Side. Killer band. Hang on
Even
loosely,
though even
baby.
though Brent hates all those songs now.
Oh, I know. You can't, but you can't. And then you got
Well, Bushwalker hated the South Gang stuff for a long time too.
for a long time. Now you got Juliet coming back. I mean,
Are they?
they are coming back. There's the booking shows. I got
That's so
uh
exciting.
Kenny is doing I'm interviewing him in August
Mhm.
sometime. But that band is he's putting that band back together and
Yeah.
he's got solo stuff that if people haven't heard of, this
Mhm.
shit is really good. And it's like,
Yeah.
God, and Todd, Todd,
Mhm.
Roxy Blue. Oh my God.
Oh,
Todd
Todd
Cole.
Poole. Yeah.
He does not he hates that first album.
That's
If I
crazy.
share a song on my Facebook, Rob the Cradle or something like that, he'd be like, "Can you put this other song on from our new album?" Well, why? I like that song. Well,
Yeah.
we want to push
Well,
the new album,
when I saw them at the whiskey, I was like, I looked at their set list. I'm like, why are there like no songs from the first album?
right? They could play the whole album in its
I
entirety
know.
and be like freaking amazing, but they want to play the new shit, whatever. But I
I
get it.
guess I get it. Yeah.
Yeah. And here's you and Todd.
Oh
Boom.
yeah, I love that picture so much. It's so
Yes.
sweet.
Yes. But you don't see anybody that thinks Shannon doesn't know her shit. Shannon knows
I
her
know my
shit.
shit.
She knows her shit.
Yeah,
She
I was
wouldn't
actually
be.
geeking out a little bit at that when that picture was taken. I was like, I really want to like meet Todd because like during my set at the whiskey, he was like right in front of me, like full on rocking out, and I was like, that's so cool.
He's
And
a
then
great guy.
afterwards, I knew Joe Schaefer knows him. So I was like, Joe, can you introduce me to Todd?
Dude, all you gotta do is walk up to him, Todd, and be like,
I
"Hey,
know, but I'm a
he's
chicken
such
shit, okay?
a chicken shit."
I am
Yeah,
a chicken shit.
I don't know. I really don't know that about you. You may have in the past, but I don't think you're. Get over it. You're Shannon Wilk.
Well, I
I
was
mean,
also geeking out. I was geeking out too because Roy Cathy, who was in Cold Sweat too, he was
mhm,
playing with Steel City, and 3 out of the 5 members of Cold Sweat were at the show too.
right?
I was like,
Because they live there. I
yeah,
mean,
it was just so cool.
it's
It's like they're all in the
awesome.
same place. Just play. Just please,
Right,
jam
get up on
together.
stage,
Please,
just
one
jam.
song.
But you saw them on Monsters on the Mountain. It's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, they're great. They're
we need to
another
get
one of
them
those
back.
bands.
Get them back. They were on the Morgue. I love Cold Sweat. That's another one of the bands that
Yeah.
nobody really knew about
Hmm.
until Morgue, and then
Yeah.
once they came
I
back out,
didn't.
it exposed a lot of people to Cold Sweat. I still have the first album. I
Yeah.
mean, and the other day, well, last Saturday,
Hmm.
if you would have told me I would have been sitting in the same room as some of these guys, what's his name, Chris McClernand,
Hmm.
and sitting shoulder to shoulder with him back in the day, you told me that, I told you you're crazy. And it's
Yeah.
like, wow.
Exactly.
And you want to geek out, but you like, I can't. And then you just shut up and just let them all talk.
Well,
I
that's what
mean,
I'm grateful for. Is like, as much as I would have loved to live like in the '80s and stuff, like these people probably wouldn't treat me the same. They definitely wouldn't
no,
treat me the same
no,
as they do
no.
now. They're a lot more chill, and probably have a lot more respect to women.
Right. And this is the truth. It's the sad truth, but the music industry was very cutthroat back then.
Oh yeah, no, it
There
still
was,
is though.
yeah, it still is, but
Not
not
really in like not in that circle though. Like
right,
not in the '80s circle.
right.
They
Not
don't care anymore.
they don't care anymore. They're just happy
They're happy they're still around playing music.
they're still around, and they're happy that people still want to keep this music alive, keep this
Yeah.
genre going, keep hard rock. This sound of hard rock, the 80s sound we call it,
Yeah.
just they want to keep that alive, and they got to help do it. They got to prop new artists like you up, and
Right.
it's not going to be them probably for 5 more years max. Some of these guys, and it sucks, and it's like, so we've got to, and they realize it, they know it.
Hmm.
Ozzy knows it. He's got to help somebody if he can help. I don't know,
Right.
but they gotta keep it alive somehow,
Hmm.
and then going on the cruises and this and that, and being around it, and most of these guys are just so. I met Chris Holmes. I figured he'd be like just blow right past me. Amen, amen. It's like it's fucking Chris Holmes,
Yeah.
And back in the day, there's no way I'd get anywhere near him.
Hmm.
You got
Well, that was like
security.
me with David Ellefson too.
Dude.
Like with the at the Rare Hair. Yeah, there you go. But the story behind that picture is Matt Starr came over to me and he was like all night I was just like kicking. I was like, oh yeah, it's David Ellefson. It's David Ellefson. It's like I'm a
David
I'm a huge
Ellefson.
Megadeth fan. Yeah, I'm a huge Megadeth fan, obviously. So Um, so yeah, I was just like freaking out all night. I was like trying to convince myself to go talk to him because like I'm pretty good now, where like I can get myself to go talk to people. But yeah, I just all night I was like, I need to go talk to him. I need to go talk to him. And Matt Starr came over to me. He was like, "Would you mind taking a picture of me with David Ellefson?" And I was like, "Well, this is my shot." I said, "Well, I'll take a picture of you with David Ellefson if you take a picture of me with David Ellefson."
Bam!
So I was like, "There's my shot."
Mad
So
Star
I
came
took
up
the
to
picture.
you.
I took the picture, and then David Ellefson hands me his phone to take a picture of him with Matt Starr. I'm like, "What is happening?"
Wow.
So yeah, it was pretty. That was one of the most insane things for sure. And then I took my picture with him, and that's the one that you just put up there. So yeah, that was really cool.
That's right. This is. I was supposed. There was another thing I was supposed to do with. I just realized it.
Go for it.
There was something I was supposed to do to Jason McMaster. It was a running joke with the Dangerous Toys book. So he's probably not listening. So the next time you see him, just go up to him because I've been told this has happened to him. And
well,
so,
I have a problem with going up to him, so already I can't promise anything.
Yes, you can. You can go up to him for this joke. You go up to him and you say, "Hey, you mind if I get a picture?" And he'll be like, "Yeah." So hand him the camera and say, "Okay, can you take a picture of us?" Somebody, I guess, somebody
That's
told
hilarious.
me that happened to him, and he's like, "What the fuck is going on here? I'm the rock star here." Or something. He thought he
That's
was
so funny.
Yeah, so I couldn't bring myself to do that, but I think I'm gonna do it next time. Just walk
It's
since we've
hilarious.
broken the ice now. I'm just gonna walk up to him. He's gonna think I want a picture. I'll be like, "No, me and my wife here. Thanks, great." Or you be around, and I'll be like, "Hey, mind if I get a picture?" He'll think I want a picture of me and Shannon.
I'll just take a selfie instead.
No, it won't be this. Oh, he would. He'd probably screw both of these people. I'll take a picture of me. All right. Well, I'm gonna let you get because this has been so much fun. I will absolutely have you back. I will absolutely have you back.
We gotta have an episode just talking obscure '80s music. That would be so much fun.
Anytime, man. I will. I love doing shows like that.
If anybody gives a shit, that's the question.
Dude, you wouldn't believe it. They do.
Yeah?
People tune in for that. Album
cool.
anniversaries. Me and Tony Dio have done that. But yeah, just sit down and have like four of us just talking obscure 80s rock or early 90s.
Yeah.
And even today. I mean, I'm on it. We're going to do this. That would be a blast.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. But anyway, thank you
much
so much.
me.
Oh, it was absolutely my pleasure. Thank you for saying yes when I asked you. But I will see you around, hopefully at a show very soon, and hopefully things keep going onwards and upwards for you because you deserve everything you're getting.
Thank you.
You are welcome. You have a great night. Tell your parents I said hi.
I will.
Okay. See you soon.
Bye.
All right. Isn't she great? I mean, come on. Shannon is so awesome. Love her. Love everything that's happening with her. Thank you, everybody, for being here and tuning in. It has been a wonderful show. I have not laughed this much in a while. I mean, she's just such a great person to chat with. I knew this was going to be great, and I'm glad everybody joined us. Reminder: Saturday morning, 10 a.m. Midnight City. Rob Wild, lead singer from Midnight City, is going to be here 10 a.m. because of UK time and East Coast time. So he will be here 3 p.m. his time, UK time, 10 a.m. my time. Works for both of us. So, early show, get it over with. Have your coffee or wild turkey or what's that one? Cinnamon one? I don't know. Fireball at 10 a.m. with me and Rob Wild from Midnight City. All right. Well, thank you so much for being here. Check out all Shannon's stuff. I'll post up some links tomorrow so you can check out Alice Loves Alien, The Heartless, and check out everything that Shannon's got going on. Thank you again to Shannon, and thank you everybody for being here. Great time. Y'all have a good night, and